All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Like I said, we got a new match here. So really, I just want to jump right into it. I'm sure you guys do as well. We got Reason Gaming going to be taking on Shit Happens. Of course, Shit Happens coming out of the BYOC. They joined up with Group B. They're 0-2 currently, but they're matched up against Reason Gaming. And again, if they happen to pull off a win here, it could mean for some interesting results, to say the least, in Group B.
They need to actually win against both Reason and then the Law later. I believe that's what they're going to need to do here in order to actually advance. Otherwise, it's most likely going to be Reason Gaming that will advance with a 1-3 score because they would then have the tiebreaker and whatnot. But that's neither here nor there. Right now, we've got the match going on, and we're, of course, in here. 16 minutes in, Breaky. It does look like the guys in Shit Happens have a pretty substantial resource advantage, although Mbapingu looks like he's about to go down, so I'm going to see silence is going to be enough. And down goes Keeper with a couple word of revelations.
Yeah, you see right there, obviously getting picked off. So, with that said, we're jumping right into this game. Obviously, got to get our bearings straight right here.
Absolutely.
As far as what's going on. I do understand, obviously, at the top there, I believe it's the previous game team. So I know that they've been they're trying to update that. So bear with us while we get that. But hey, we got a match. That's what matters. We got the content on the screen.
Games.
The games. We got games. So as we were talking about, I mean, Shit Happens is in the lead, 5,800 gold lead, as well as a 1,500 experience lead right now in their favor. And so looking at their lineup with the Hag, Flux, Glacius, Keeper of the Forest, and Ophelia, I mean, it is a strong one. Great team fight power coming out right here. They don't have the Flux Engie combination by any means, but Flux still brings a lot to the table, again, with that team fight presence, and he already has that portal key. Seems like he's actually had a pretty good game. Overall, though, look at Wretched Hag. It's a fantastic game. 507 GPM for Wretched Hag right here. Already has that Grimoire power finish 17 minutes in, so that is the major thing standing out to me so far.
I mean, it's not even a naked Grimoire power or anything here. He's got the Steam Boots, Mystic Vestments, and a Grave Locket on there as well, Breaky, so it's definitely strong. And Flux going to be initiating right here. They're going to catch Bubbles. No! Gets the Shell Surf port on out of there. Pestilence is still going in, though, Breaky.
Pestilence wants to make something happen. They're going to follow it up right here. Bat Bus only connected on a couple. Glacius, no, the Aphelios touch comes out. He will eventually fall by now. Bubbles trying to live. Book is going to go down, though. Archie Tucker in the meantime on Pestilence. He's getting trapped in. The blink away from Wretched Hag. It was all the travel along. But the Tempest all the way from Papa Mally. Do they have the follow-up? They do for a little. Wretched Hag will fall. Keep it the force. Root comes out after. Corrupted a sideboard, cleans up on another. And it looks like the Legion team is going to come out on top of that team fight right there. Keep it the force. Barely staying alive. He's just hiding with the Invis right now. But they do come out on top. The Tempest Ultimate coming through right there. And look, there was at least the one buyback, though. Did Pestilence buy back as well? He did. So, yeah, they both Bubbles and Pestilence did buy back during that fight right there.
Yeah, and I'd say that it's probably worth it right there. They definitely needed that huge Tempest Ultimate, and then they got the follow-up damage. But they're able to narrow up the gold lead and actually take the advantage in terms of the experience. So definitely Reason showing they do not want to be giving this one up because, of course, if they do win this match right here, they guarantee themselves third place in this group, meaning that the match between the Law and the guys here from Shit Happens not going to be mattering as much. But
if they lose, then the Law, if they win that match, then the Law will be the third place team. So, yeah, that's what it really comes down to. So, Reason Gaming, they control their own destiny. Right now, it's looking a little bit scary, but in the meantime, Master of Farms gets picked out right there, but Corrupt Disciple turns it on to Glacius, and now he's going for Flux. So, the murderous mob hits right here, and Flux and Glacius, they were looking for kills. Unfortunately, they bit off a little more than they can chew. They end up only killing a support Master of Arms, and they both die in the process. So, yeah, not necessarily the movement they were looking for. And, I mean, as great as Wretched Hag is doing, I mean, as a team, Reason Gaming is starting to build up now after both the previous fight to that and then, of course, that last exchange right there. The Disciples up there, too.
Reason's kind of this team that I'm expecting more of as time goes on. If they do end up winning this match, I think that they're going to be an even stronger team in the next best of three. This is a team that, of course, played their first match yesterday against the Law. That was their first match as a team, Breaky. Yeah. I actually talked with them, and then I actually watched an interview over at Gosu Gamers. Fantasy had interviewed Book, and that was a really good interview. So, guys, if you want to figure out what's going on with Book and where he's at with his future with the Haunt scene, that's over at Gosu Gamers. So shout out to Fantasy with Gosu Gamers as well as Narcy over at Team Stay Green. They've both been doing a fantastic job with interview type content, pictures, and of course coverage of the event in general. But lots of information about this Reason team. Is there kind of the Cinderella story, maybe a little bit here at this event? Bring 5 guys together and then just try to throw them in here. And if they're able to make it into these quarterfinals, I mean, that would be insane. But like you said, they control their own destiny. They win right here, they secure third. They lose right here, they're out, no matter what.
We're kind of overlooking the fact that shit happens too. If they happen to win here, and then they happen to beat the Law, then they're going to be the third place team.
Yeah.
So we can't overlook that. That has even been a possibility. So really, these 3 teams are basically fighting for the third place spot is ultimately what it comes down to at this point. So,
absolutely.
It is going to be a fun finish here for Group B, obviously, in terms of what takes place. But Bubbles, in the meantime, top lane, he might be in trouble. Retchag, no, he's going to blink away. Or Shell Surf even, and there's the blink coming out to follow. So he is going to be fine. While we're on the case of shout-outs, though, and complimenting and whatnot, I want to shout out to our production team for many reasons, first off. But another cool thing that they're doing is making sure to get the VODs up ASAP. In fact, the Moongetter interview that we just did very recently is already up. If you go to bit.ly/HanVods, bit.ly/HanVods, all the VODs from yesterday and even some throughout today are already up to check out. So it's actually pretty damn cool. They've been doing a fantastic job here as far as the production team goes, again, on many levels. So shout out to them, as you're even checking out yourself. You're like, wait a second, this is a real thing.
That's pretty good. I mean, the guys over at Chaos TV have been doing a pretty damn good job. And it's really nice to work with a really professional production crew. I mean, I'm sure you guys have been enjoying it as well in terms of the things that they're bringing, in terms of the multiple camera angles and being able to set us up with interviews, to the polls. I mean, the jib that's going around and getting all these awesome camera shots. I mean, these guys are very serious about what they do. So it's been an absolute pleasure working with them so far. And definitely a big shout out.
Hopefully you guys have been enjoying it. And with that said, please feel free to leave feedback on the forums and whatnot, because they were even looking for that yesterday. And if you have feedback on anything, of course, leading into day number 3 even, we can do our best to maybe make some changes pending on what we're looking at. But anyways, back to this game. Wretched actually barely blinks away. The Ophelia's touch just unable to save her. Adro, though, nothing to save him. He kind of runs in. I got this, bro. And, well, that follows shortly after, so at least it's kind of a distraction, I guess, for his teammate to help him get away in the process. But
poor little Frosty.
Yeah, it just happens.
Not ideal. Bubbles did get picked off there at the beginning, though, so the guys at Shit Happens at least bringing home something for that exchange, and they're able to get away with the Wretched Hag, so that's good. Trading the Glacius for a Bubbles, definitely worth it, as Book takes his 3rd death right there. And now it's just going to be a situation of Master of Arms trying to get a little bit of stacking going, but very good job from Adro. That's kind of why he was in that awkward position. He had been warding the Ancients. He had been kind of over in that area, so trying to resource manage their opponents. But 23 minutes in, the resources are pretty much completely even here, Breaky. One thing I'm a little bit worried about is this Ophelia. She's got a ton of farm right now for Shit Happens. And with a barrier idol being finished up here relatively soon, I think that Shit Happens is going to have a pretty big timing probably in the next 2 or 3 minutes.
Well, Corrupted Disciple, he's had that Shrunken Head now for a little bit. He has 1,700 gold saved up, so he is coming across very nicely as well. And I assume the Geometer Bane follow-up make a lot of sense here for him. And that'll be a great thing to follow up, of course, again, the Shrunken Head with. So at the same time, Reason Gaming does have their own positive notes for sure. But yeah, the Ophelia with that barrier idol, that'll make for some really good extra push. And again, this is a team that they're willing to team fight by all means. They're willing to group out, push, team fight. And I'm sure once we see perhaps the barrier idol, maybe wait for the Shrunken Head on Hag. Actually, oh wow, that's being delivered right here. So yeah, his farm again. Kurt Svensson, 7-1-3. He's been a star player for the Shit Happens team, if I say so myself. I mean, he's actually been doing a very good job. I mean, obviously the first game Bubbles. The second game he played that Soul Stealer, he's off to a bad start, but he recovered just fine. And then Wretched Hag this game clearly doing pretty damn well. So Congour is also happening, and they're going to get it. That's not going to be stopped. That means a token of life on Hag now.
Yeah, I think that's probably the correct decision right here from the Legion team. They, of course, most likely didn't have any clue that was going on. Oh, they're going to catch Corrupted Disciple, actually. And the root is going to go off, but he's got the Shrunken Head up here. The auto attacks are not going to be enough. Corrupted Disciple able to get out of there barely. Wow, that was so close, Breaky.
Yeah. Wow, I did not even notice that right there initially, and all of a sudden that happened. Yeah, you see on your screen right there once again, obviously the vote for this game now. Exclamation point, Reason I think it was, and then exclamation point ZHIT for which team you think is going to win. Again, that opens up the Twitter page You go ahead and tweet that, and then we'll let you know those results here very, very shortly, in fact, in terms of what we're looking at here. But anyways, back to the top lane. Looking up here. The tower's going to fall. Tempest, am I coming across? No, he ports out as well. They're really good at doing that here on Reason Gaming, apparently. Porting right in front of near-death situations.
You guys are crazy.
And it works out. I mean, a secondary tower kill right there, and a lot of resources were used by Shit Happens to try to defend in the meantime. So, great job at Reason Gaming. Hey, they're barely surviving, but they're surviving. And that's what matters. 3,200 gold on Flux, by the way. So, yeah, is he going to be going for Shrunken or Ice Brand into Frost Skull here, actually? I'm curious what he goes for. He's going to go back to base now.
I think he's going to go for a Shrunken.
Yeah.
I think that's what he's going to go for. When you're dealing with bubbles, I mean, something to break that kelp field and then just get out of there does just make it a lot easier. So I like the pickup of the Shrunken right here. And, of course, already with that portal key at 370 gold per minute, Mikey Man is farming quite well, Breaky.
Yeah.
And if he's able to get in there and really start pulling everybody in, the Wombo combo potential is certainly there between Flux, Hag, and Keeper of the Forest. We'll see if they're going to be able to execute that one. Barrier is going to be finished up here in the next minute or so by Ophelia. And like I said, that's probably going to be the timing they're looking for to really start executing here as, wow, these teams are both doing so well at actually warding out each other's Ancients. They're just really making sure that they're not going to be happening and trying to resource manage their opponents and win this battle of attrition.
Yeah, you see over here, he's going to try to stack it even, well, not really, I guess, from an outside of the camp to make sure it spawns, but not going to notice that until the next mark. But we do have initiation off to the side. Flux going to use that new Sugar of his on top of Corrupted Disciple. There's the lockdown though, and Corrupted Disciple can knock it out of the root until it eventually wears off, which it does right there. Oh. But here comes a turn chance. Flux ulti discharge, it pushes them away as the kelp field comes out. So no kills going to be happening. I mean, a lot of ultimates coming out, but no kills actually happening between the two teams right there. So kind of just flexing their muscles even against one another.
Nothing wrong with that.
But everyone survives.
Taking the tickets for the gun show right there. But I mean, the big Shrunken heads going off in the front lines to make sure that nobody's taking too much damage. And the Legion team looked like they were going to go ahead and keep going after they dropped a really nice kelp field. Then they saw Wretched Hag. Yeah. And they're like, uh-oh, we cannot funnel up this high ground and get hit by a 4-man Bat Blast. Like, that would be absolutely disastrous. This Hag is huge. And so good call to actually back up right there. Reason has gone ahead and closed up that experience and gold advantage substantially. And Corrupted Disciple definitely farming a lot better right now to 440 gold per minute. And Saint showing us once again that, I mean, when he's not on a support, he's able to get things done. Got to be careful right now, though. The Hellborn team are coming down here. They want to set up this gank.
Yeah, he does not have a Shrunken Head this time. If he had that, maybe, but yeah, not going to happen right there. So they move in as a team. Hag doing a majority of the damage. Gets the job done. And with him dead right now, he does have that buyback. But it does make things really awkward for Reason Gaming. This is going to be a free secondary tower kill for them. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, though, actually, Ophelia gets caught right here. He is eventually going to fall. The bounty, oh, he kills it with his own Minotaur. That's a great heads up right there. Coming out from Catlow Main. I mean, hey, if you're going to be taken out, might as well make sure that you don't give them everything that you got. So at least destroys the bound eye. But they are going to kind of push the mid lane. So kind of an eye for an eye situation right there. As two secondary towers go down, one on either side, of course. But the Hellborn team, they're looking to maybe still go here. I mean, a little curious. I don't think they're going to be trying to break in by any means. Yeah, they're going to fall. I was going to say, without Ophelia, that Barriettle, the heal and everything, it'd be very risky to really try to push in. So just pushing up to the base, saying hello, and then quickly falling back. So not going to be looking into break in just yet by any means. But Hag's farm, man. I mean, Kurt Svensson once again, 590 gold per minute. A Sheepstick is coming along pretty quickly, and especially once he gets that, this team fight still is very, very strong on the Hellborn side. This is anyone's game, man.
Yeah.
There's no clear leader here in this game.
No, absolutely, Breaky, and definitely one of the closest games that we've seen, maybe going back all the way to that Lions TMSR game that we opened up with yesterday, because that was a hell of a close one as well. But right here, definitely, man, Hag going to be getting very close to that sheep. It's a big pickup if she's going to be able to sheep out Corrupted Disciple before the Shrunken Head use. That's going to lead into some major picks right there. But on the other side, I mean, a Hellfire finished up here on Book, so kind of an old school build here on Bubbles. We don't see the Portal Key Hellflower too often, but Book, old school player.
I was just about to say.
Nailed it, Breaky.
You nailed it.
Nailed it.
Yeah, there you go. Fist bump.
There you go.
Yeah, no, he's an old school player. In fact, I was joking about him when I was like, you know, talking about his Danish Dynamite days, and I'll think back to those days. I mean, it's like, well, not really, because I don't want to lose 4v5 again. So,
oh no,
really old school.
That was like
that was
summer 2010 or something.
First Dreamhack, I believe it was.
Was it really?
I believe it was the first Dreamhack. I'm pretty sure it was, if I'm not mistaken. So. It was a while ago. Yeah, he's been around for a while. It's always good to see a player like that. You know, he stuck around for so long, and here we are, 8 Dreamhacks later, and he's playing in this one even. So, yeah, it's good to see a player like that. But anyways, yeah, he's going that old school build as you mentioned, with the Hellfire with the portal key. So for the extra lockdown here, being able to perhaps jump that wretched hag or something, and try to catch her off guard. 3,200 gold saved up on Keeper of the Forest, so a double root is coming along pretty nicely here for him. There's the sheep stick officially finished. Flux, another 1,900 gold saved up himself. I don't know if another impactful item's going to be coming, though, until he maybe gets that Frostless Skull, perhaps, as his next item, or maybe
playing Breaky. Bubble's going to get taken out right here, and they kind of went on each other right there, and Hag just a little bit quicker on the draw. Well, between the Hellflower and the sheep stick. Like, they go back, and they're like, all right, I can just see it. I have this
first one to go.
Yeah, I have this like Western image in my head where they're sitting there and they're like, quick draw McGraw, man. But Hag with the quick sheep stick brings home the kill. So easy peasy right there. And Kurt Svensson, he kills creeps, he kills heroes. He doesn't discriminate. He just brings home the gold.
That's what he's doing big time here. Again, 610 gold per minute. Continuing to be a very, very impressive game on this Wretched Dagger, especially when it comes to the farm. You look at Tempest, by the way. We didn't really mention this yet, but Papa Mally with the post haste here on top of the Shrunken Ring of Sorcery and Aspect. And that's a little iffy because you invested a good chunk of gold right there just to upgrade a post haste when that money could have been going towards that portal key, could have been going towards that Restoration Stone. I don't know if I like it. I mean, it's not like they're playing extra aggressive either. It's not like their base is getting crazy pushed in. So it just feels like that's a little over the top there with an investment into a full post haste. So I guess it's not, when you compare it to maybe if you would have gotten like Steam Boots instead, it's not that much more gold. It's still a good amount though. And so being picky, maybe sure, but this is a close game. And so you got to be picky at those fine points.
Yeah, absolutely. But with that being said, I mean, Portal Key is going to be finished up probably pretty soon here. It does need 200 more if he does choose to pick that one up, but Wretched Hag was kind of near 4 Legion players, but nobody's going to be able to get in position to lock her down right away. That's something that Hellfire is very good at, but Book's got to make sure to actually target that Hellfire before the Sheep Stick is used next time, and we'll have to see. But the Legion team, they're going in. Oh!
They tried.
Quick blink out of there by Wretched Hag, the flash of darkness, and she is gone.
Yeah. Not going to be able to catch her right there. So in the end, Wretched Hag going to continue to farm another 2,100 gold saved up. I'm putting my eye on something like a Frostfield plate here, especially against the likes of a Pestilence with the farm that he has. Good luxury item to have for a Hag. I think could be that Frostfield plate. So with that said, speaking of armor, Soul's Bulwark actually just picked up by Flux, as that's going to be delivered. So obviously a good pickup there for him. Let's go ahead and while we have some downtime here, let's take a look at those vote results now. As see what. I'm very curious about this one. What's your guess?
Oh man, I got Reason with 58%.
Shit happens. 53%. Oh, it's going back. What?
What?
No way.
No.
It's actually 50-50.
Wow.
Wow.
That's great.
I like that tease.
Yeah,
I like that tease. I was like, no, yes, no, damn it.
But 50-50, I mean, you and I, we had 58 and 53% right there, opposite directions. So it definitely makes sense that this is a hard one to call. Very even in terms of the resources, and I'm sure that both of these teams have fans. People rooting for the underdogs, people rooting for the storylines, people rooting for Book.
People are rooting for good Heroes of Newerth.
That's true. That's absolutely true.
We're definitely having a good game here, is what it comes down to. As you mentioned, I mean, TMSR versus Lions was a hell of a way to open this event. Outside of that, there's been some more one-sided victories, sure, throughout these group stages. It tends to happen, but this is definitely up there with one of the better matches we've had in the group stages so far, and it is good to see here. Kongor is being a focus. Kongor, obviously, both teams in the vicinity. As we are approaching that 35-minute mark right now, you do see... You see shit happens. They're really trying to bait it out, but That's not going to happen, but here we go. Jumping across the side. Oh, Pestilence with the reaction. Shell Surf in. There's the follow-up. The Tempest ultimate, and Flux is going to fall right there. Wretched actually died. She popped back, though. She's trying to get back here in time. Glacius, in the meantime, he's going to be picked off in the background. Bound Knight drops, but they're just going to leave it. While over here, Cupid the Force is on the run. He has a Restoration Stone. He did not even get a single root off right there. He will go down. And that'll start it because they tried to jump with the sheep stick. Hag put herself in a very upward spot. She couldn't get the shrunken head off, and she just got dropped.
Extremely risky coming out right there for shit. I mean, you try to take the initiative, you try to pick off your enemies, and she just was not aware of where they were. You got to make sure that you have a little bit better map awareness because there was nobody on the map.
Yeah.
I mean, the Hellborn team didn't have any vision. They just had 2 wards countered, and it just wasn't working out for them in that case. And so they take a pretty big loss team fight right there. And just like that, this is the biggest lead that we've seen in this game, Breaky.
Yeah.
3,000 gold, 7,000 experience. Kongor not going to be finished off here by the Legion team. They're just a little bit too afraid the Hellborn might be in position to really upset that.
Yeah, that was, again, the tough. You know, we criticized a lot as far as, they got to take those chances. In an even game like this, though, you really have to pick and choose your fights very, very wisely. And that was a little too much. That they're going for there. And obviously did not go as planned, is safe to say. So now after that fight, definitely some sway in favor of Reason Gaming. But with that said, I mean, Wretched Hag, 600 GPM still farming, very impressive. Is actually working on the Frostfield plate, it looks like, as he does have a plate mail picked up. So that's very possibly going to be coming along. But Kongor, once again, this time it is actually going to be attempted by the Hellborn team. They know that, well, I mean, I was going to say, well, the Tempest Ultimate is down for 70 seconds, so they know that. They know that there's a big cooldown here. Will we still see a strong initiation from Reason Gaming? Pestilence, he's leading the way. He's going to go. Flight, no, kind of, maybe, not sure. Gonna poke into Flux.
I like that decision. Get a couple of swarms up before you really commit to this. Gonna get you the vision. They're going in now, though, Breaky.
There's the jump. Wretched Hag gonna be locked down once again. The Hellfire doesn't go off, though. She gets the shrunken head off. She's gonna be able to hold her ground. Double root coming out, though, in the meantime. Bat Blast in the background. Bubbles dropping. Bubbles will fall. Pestilence trying to finish off Hag. The shrunken head is definitely helping, though. Now comes the auto attacks. The Shapestick on a Pestilence, and Pestilence will go down. Wretched Hag is still well alive. The token alive is picked up by Curse Benson. Corrupted Disciple's gonna fall. Tavis goes down, and what a hold right there by Shit Happens. They take out a 4-for-1 exchange. Wretched Hag in the background. Just see the difference. The previous fight, they're gonna pick off Master of Arms. That will be a genocide as the hat trick comes out for Hag. The difference, though, she gets picked off right at the beginning. They get stomped that fight. She's able to get the shrunken head off this fight. Completely different story.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, the double Keeper ultimate was clutch right there. In the previous fight, there was a silence that had gone out. I believe it was the Hellflower from Book that actually silenced out Keeper the Forest. Did not happen this time. Double Keeper ultimate doing so much lockdown. And just like that, genocide. We just saw the 7,000 lead the other way. Now it's 5,000 in favor of Shit Happens. So talk about a turnaround and an even match. No wonder we're sitting at 50-50 right here in this game. 39 minutes in now, Breaky. And I mean, it's still anybody's game. It comes down to the individual team fights, the skills that are being used, the initiations, and really just who presses their buttons harder and faster.
Gotta smash that R button. Smash that R button. No, it's the team fight is what's, again, both teams definitely do have it. I mean, you got your classic Keeper versus Tempest. The initiation on both sides is strong, as you said. It's just who gets that jump first, who gets the place, who gets those shrunken heads off in time, and obviously that fight again went in favor of the Hellborn team. Now, with that said, if we've learned anything from this game so far, we shouldn't be saying now, okay, well, it is in favor of the Hellborn team, but by no means does that mean a whole lot else. I mean, one team fight once again. A big Tempest ultimate comes out, and that could be a big difference. That's actually something to really stress about that last fight once again. They did not have a Tempest ultimate. So now that they have a Tempest ultimate once again, maybe a different story. With that said, Poppy Molly, 1,500 gold saved up. He already has an Arcana. Again, though, I'm still looking at those post days kind of going, if he didn't have that, if maybe he just went straight into the Resto Stone after having the Striders after that, he might have actually been very close to being able to finish the Restoration Stone here. So, but it will be still a little bit of ways off before he's going to be able to pick that up. And that will hurt. But hey, all it takes is one hole. If you catch a Keeper of the Forest especially, then who knows what can happen. But I'm sure after that fight especially, you got the Hellborn team. They are feeling pretty good about their situation and what's going down. Kurt Svensson, by the way, he's level 25. I love this name. I love this name.
It's fun to say.
It's just fun to say.
Yeah.
It really is. But Wretched Ag here, level 25 already. That's just hitting me, but wow. I mean, I don't even know how long he's had that. I think he might have just recently got it, but still. He's 4 levels higher.
And that's always something interesting to see when you have somebody that hits level 30 or 25 really, really early on. The experience starts to like really sway back because that person's still going to be farming, not getting levels. So this experience, resources, like that's going to be kind of crazy in that way because he's not exactly item capped just yet. He's still got room for one more and then a rebuy on the Shrunken Head, then even maybe some post haste here on Wretched Hag. So we'll see. She's still going to be doing a lot of farming, but maybe allow either the Flux or the Keeper of the Forest to start bringing in some more farm themselves, as Keeper is still definitely could use a few more items. But Breaky, I think we actually have some more pull results in. We had it 50-50 last time. Since then, we've had a team fight go each way. But what are you thinking this time?
I don't know. It depends on when they were voting for this one, because I'm going to say it shit happens now 53%. I'm going to stick back to that.
Okay.
Come on, really?
Oh, man. The boys in Reason Gaming with 56 right there, Breaky. But it's still very, very close. And I'm really enjoying this voting thing a lot more than I expected to.
I'm hooked, man. Put the poll back up. I want to see it now. Yeah, so that is, again, it's just a very close game. It's what all this is proven to be. Middle tower, easy push going in. Wretched Ag leading the way. Ophelia using the barrier auto right there, so they're going to have to wait for the next cooldown before they really try to charge into the base. Wretched Ag does have a token of life, though, for another 245 right here. So that is a big thing to keep in mind. The Tempest ultimate obviously ready to go. Keeper of the Forest sitting way back in the background. He's ready to counter. And so are the Skeleton Kings, for that matter.
Do you recall the 2 rules I gave you for a Keeper Tempest battle as Keeper of the Forest yesterday?
What was that?
1, don't blink into the hole.
That's important.
2, interrupt the ultimate. He's going to stand way back there and try to not blink into the hole and then smash that R button. Because you hit it harder, it does more damage, Breaky.
Obviously.
Absolutely. I mean, I know when I hit my Thunderbringer ultimates, I like literally smash my entire keyboard. The entire thing.
It's to kill the whole team, always.
Yeah, why not?
Flux actually just got a full demonic breastplate, so you talk about some great team support items. That's definitely going to help, especially against the likes of this Legion team. So that's a very good pickup to have, actually. Not usually seen on Flux, really, but again, just having it for the team more so is what makes sense here. So definitely a good pickup coming out. 35 more 100 gold on this Wretched Hag. I mean, what does she have left? I guess at this point it's waiting for the token of life to wear off, and then I think you go Savage Mace here. I really do. I think you go for damage output. I mean, there is the idea of a Restoration Stone. I know that is pretty popular too in this case. I don't know. I feel like that right click though is so important here in this case, because she is a majority of the damage. I mean, you look at the team around here. They're not dealing the most damage around here, other than, you know, the ultis coming together, which even that isn't a whole lot of damage. Wretched Ag is a majority. In fact, the damage charts, she is on top. Breath of Disciple actually on top of the game, but I don't know. I'm thinking the Savage Mace. Do you agree, or?
I think it's definitely one of the bigger options right there, but what I want to go back to is kind of the Frostfield plate right here. When you are so much of your team's damage, you get 30 damage from the Intellect here on the Frostfield plate, which is nice, but maybe you do want to focus on a little bit more damage-oriented items. Savage Mace, as well as something like a Geometer's Bane even, so that you can actually get out of some of these things like the Bubble Silence or the Pestilent Swarm. Yep. But in any case, she's going to start to auto-attack uphill. 40 seconds on this Token of Life. I feel like they're going to probably go in pretty soon here, Breaky.
Yeah, Wretched Ag on the front line's going to blink away right there to avoid more stuns from coming out, but I don't know, the more I'm thinking about it too, the Restoration Stone is so damn good. Having a double sheep, but as I go back to with that choice, if that happens to be the case, is okay, well, here we go. Sheep's accused of the Corrupted Disciple. Team of the Master Call comes out, though. Wretched Hag blinking and has her Shrunken Head out. Corrupted Disciple trying to stand his ground. Conduit stuff, but he's dropping too damn fast. He does have a buyback. Ophelia Star Spirit gets her heels off. Got the Astral Ammo. There's the pull in from Flux. Here comes the first root coming out. The second root, will it come just yet? Not just yet. He's waiting for Tempest. There's a Tempest land. There's the second root. Beautiful patience from Imbo Pingu. Tempest will fall. Corrupted Disciple have the buyback. He's going to have to go back. Wretched Hag wants a quad kill. Not going to get it just yet. She did die, but of course she came back up with the Token of Life. Everyone's still alive for the Hellborn team, but they might want to think about getting back now. As the Legion team is pissed, they buy back everything, pretty much. And they're chasing. Oh, Wretched Hag actually. Can she blink away in time? Hellfire's up. She will be fine.
Yeah, she'll get out of there. Oh, I certainly think she will. Glacius is going to be TPing as well. But Corrupted Disciple not even really aware. And I got to say, Breaky, the Hellborn team played that phenomenally. Just absolutely so well. They waited until somebody got out of position. In this case, St. Rock's going down just a little bit too far on that hill. Perfect sheepstick initiation. They don't commit too much to it. Slowly kill St. Rock's and then wait for the Tempest Ultimate to come in. Keeper of the Forest with 2 beautiful roots right there, using the Flux Discharge at the right time. And I mean, that just really probably could not have gone much better for the guys at Shit Happens. Now they're in a very good spot. And look at the buyback situation for the Legion team.
Not good.
No.
Tempest and Pestilence out of buybacks. You got Corrupted Disciple and Bubbles down to 1. Obviously, Master of Arms has 2, but, you know, your main support, you're not really too concerned about. Oh, this is going to be a big pick, though. Ophelia's going to get caught in the jungle. Bound Eye drops on top of that, which apparently they don't really care for. They just didn't see. As he's going to kill off the minions. There's a Bound Eye. Okay, he's going to see it. And he has one on himself, but I was going to say, you might as well just destroy it. There you go. So that's a solid kill right there. Ophelia does have a buyback, but she doesn't have her minions now on top of that, so Catlamane, or not, Catlamane on Ophelia will have to go back through and make sure to at least get one, if not a couple, of those Skeleton Kings once again to help stop a Tempest Ultimate. Speaking of Tempest, he still is, there's no Restoration Stone inside at this point. I mean, he still needs the Sustainer on top of the pattern. That's still plenty of gold that needs to be invested. Here we go. The Illusions doing some distraction. Corrupted Disciple couldn't use that Shuriken Head though. Chasing in the background. Wretched Hag though trying to clean up. But Wretched Hag gets locked down. She didn't use that Shuriken Head tower. She did, but it wore off right there. Couldn't jump his main. And Wretched Hag gets picked off. She buys back immediately though. This is a fight for the Legion team. Looking pretty good to start, however. Glacius off to the side. He's going to go down. Flux is now thinking about going back in. Hag comes back, but again, the damage has already been done. So a couple of pickoffs. Another buyback forced on Hag. So now she's out of buybacks, actually.
What is this game, Breaky?
This game.
They're not done yet, I guess. I mean, Keeper of the Forest does still have the double root here. Gonna blink forward. The Bat Blast coming out as well. Tempest is gonna go down. Now Corrupted Disciple also gonna fall. Yes, she does go down. Vestal and Sheep now gonna take a lot of damage. The release not getting the biggest slow, but it's enough. A hat trick already for Kurt Svensson, making this buyback worth it. Gonna be forced back with a Hellflower. Oh my God, Breaky, this is so back and forth.
Yeah. But I think right there, actually, they're going to try to be able to push the middle. Now, buyback on Corrupted Disciple. Again, he's going to Shrunken. He doesn't have the conduit just yet, but he's locking down Wretched Hag. Wretched Hag or Bubbles more so. There's the kill on the Hag. And now they're going for the chase. So now she does not have a buyback. Wretched Hag, that was wrong. She should not have been in there. She should have blinked away before all that. She gets caught, though. She falls. Ophelia's now in a lot of trouble. Ophelia's trying to run away. He probably is going to get picked off, though. Keeper of the Forest, he doesn't have a root up. Flux does have his ultimate coming up, but without Wretched Hag, they're going to counter push now. This game just continues to be just crazy back and forth, and just what I thought it looked like the Hellborn team Shit Happens was going to be able to really start pulling ahead maybe. Never mind. Buyback situation coming into play big time here.
Yeah, absolutely, and with Hag down for 40 seconds, it's going to be a big power play. Flux using the negative discharge right there, saying, get the heck out of my base, guys. But looks like they will be able to take down this tower relatively easily. Keeper of the Forest does not have a root for 30 seconds. He's going to have that double root, but there's nothing that the Hellborn team can do to stop this Rax, and they might even go in Flux right now.
Flux conduit's applied. He's stepping up a little bit too far. He's pretty tanky. He's trying to hold his ground. He is going to fall in the end, though. Wretched Hag now for 14 more seconds. Glacius going down. This was a Hellborn team. They did not want to get involved without Hag. They did. 2 players fall. Now the Rax are going to fall on top of that. Hag will be up, but now it's just going to be her and Keeper of the Forest. Granted, Keeper will have double root in 5 seconds, and a Grimoire Wretched Hag with the Bat Blast is pretty devastating. Granted, it's 15 more second cooldown.
Find something.
Flux comes out though. Here we go. There's the root. The Shuriken's going off. The Tempest all the way though, but the second root gonna cancel that immediately. Wretched Hag holding her crown, has a Bat Blast in 5 seconds. The damage is already done though. Tempest goes down. Corrupted Disciple is trying to hold it, stay alive. Pestilence gets pulled back in. He's gonna eventually fall, most likely. Flight, no, he can't get away. Corrupted Disciple did TP back to base, but so he's still alive. But again, another hold. at the base, and shit happens. They make stuff happen.
And yeah, it looks like they're going to go straight mid right now, Breaky. And we talked about the importance of having a buyback. Wretched Hag did not have one. Guess who doesn't have one this time? Papa Male and Archer Tiger here on Pestilence and Tempest. No buybacks. Frost will Skull right-clicked here by Wretched Hag. And of course, she's got those post-haste. She'll TP on up. And where does she actually make it to? The bottom lane. So she's going to go ahead and clean up some of those creeps. And there's the buybacks. The final buybacks coming out here for Book and Znui. They're going to get back up and try to hold this one. I think they have to let these racks drop and then fight in 30 seconds when they have their team. The Hellborn team, they're going to go ahead and fall back and take Kongor. This is the safe play.
The safe and the smart play, yeah. After what's been going on these last couple of minutes, so much is back and forth throw to an extent by either side. It's like, you know what, let's try to play a little bit safe here. We once again, thankfully, have the lead. Let's get the Kongor kill, get that token of life, and then work off of that. So, obviously with the buyback situation, Kongor even that much more. I don't know if we've ever seen a buyback situation with no buybacks on one side, but it could possibly happen this game. Master of Arms, the only one left with a buyback, and he has just the one. So, Kongor, though, it's not going to be stopped. I mean, Pestilence is just resurrecting. There's no point to even try for that this time. It is going to be killed, and that means a token of life now for Wretched Hag. So even though she doesn't have buybacks, all of a sudden it's kind of like, and Bananas is going to be passed around to somebody else, but Wretched Hag gets the token of life. That's the important part. It looks like Bananas is going to be going, no, okay, interesting. So he dropped the Frostwolf Skull to pick up the token of life. Ophelia has her Frostwolf Skull right now, and then Flux got the Bananas. So.
This is the upgraded TPS priceless build. A little more expensive than a regular Logger's Hatchet, but
just a tad.
I hope that she's actually going to take that home, because that would be rather unfortunate if she dies with that. Then that'd be kind of weird. But in any case, this is going to slow down for just a second here. Oh, that's a huge pickup for Keeper of the Forest. A sheep stick with the double sheep.
Yeah.
That's going to be gigantic. The amount of lockdown potential that Keeper of the Forest is going to have will just be gigantic. And well, if you can lock down either Corrupted Disciple or Bubbles, specifically CD before getting the Shrunken Head off, hell, even the Tempest or the Pestilence, it's going to be big. But now CD just finished up a big item himself, saying, I got no buybacks, spend all this gold. Wingbow coming out, so he's going to start to hit even harder right now. But Breaky, 52 minutes into this game, we have a lot of rich players, and this is still anybody's game.
It is. I mean, again, the buyback situation really stresses that, because especially with the Wretched Hag being the one without a buybacks once again. If they happen to pick her off, granted she has a token of life now, but happen to get her kill with that, and then after, then all of a sudden, again, we saw even earlier what they could really push in, and not much Hellborn team can do to stop that. So discharge going to be used by Flux right there. That was more of a scouting discharge than anything. He was just simply wanted to see where they were on the map, so obviously becomes more of that kind of tool later on in the game. It's only a 60-second cooldown, so going to continue to push the bottom lane, though, in the meantime. Again, their middle lane is being aggressively pushed in by Recent Gaming. Granted, they do have the melee racks kill themselves in the middle lane as well, so it's only the range racks advantage that Recent Gaming has there now at this point. Hag is currently by herself, and look at what Recent Gaming's doing. They're trying to collapse onto her, but she's going to be a little too quick. She has the post haste, she goes bottom. And now here comes that push. So what's going to happen here? What's the TP situation like on the Legion team? Tempest doesn't have a TP. Bubbles has one. Corrupted Disciple doesn't. Okay, yeah, so Tempest does have, wow, Corrupted Disciple doesn't.
Bubbles needs, Tempest needs 300 gold. I don't know why his team's not letting him have this gold. He needs another 150 right now to actually finish up the Restoration Stone. And that's a gigantic, like, he needed those creeps, but they nuked him down, and now he's not going to have a Resto Stone.
Well, he could sell the Ring of Sorcery and then just pick it up there. He should still have enough mana. But yeah, no, I agree with you. I mean, they should have let him have, but he does that right there. So he has a Restoration Stone. Here we go. Pushing into the base. Will this catch the Hellborn team off guard? It very likely could. Keeper of the Force, if he doesn't notice that, he's been using that first route initially. So if he does that, this could backfire. That's what they're going to try to bank on. As long as Tempest doesn't show himself, which he's not yet. Well, he's kind of creeping up and putting the meteor down, so he should still be fine. He needs to really make. He's kind of in range. Yeah, they should see it now.
Yeah,
that's a little bit of a misplay there for Papa Mally. But anyways, here we go. The lockdown on Hag, but the pushback from Flux right there. Hag's gonna be fine for now. She's taking a lot of damage though. Okay, she does have the token of life. In comes the turnaround. Corrupted Disciple. She's gonna put up Wretched Hag. Amanda falling right here. What was she about to do after death though? Coming up. There we go. Corrupted Disciple in the background. Meantime, trying to get away. There's the room from Keeper of the Forest. So Tempest going in. He's gonna go for his second Tempest ultimate right there, but it eventually does get stopped. And Wretched Hag is back up. The auto attacks now. Pestilence is going to fall. Bobbles trying to help finish him off, but it's not going to happen. Bobbles will go down, and that should do it. Shit happens coming out of the BYOC. They're going to defeat Reason Gaming here. And all of a sudden, Group B just got really interesting.
Wow.
First and second are known, but third place, who's going to be that third team coming out of Group B?
Not Reason.
Not Reason Gaming. Not Reason Gaming. Who would have thought? But they finished 1 and 3 here in the group stages. So it's either the Law or Shit Happens, and it's just those two teams, and they're going to be playing next. So basically, it's a match to determine who's going to be going on to the playoffs. Go figure.
And that's going to be our last match here from the group stage. So, I mean, what a way to finish out the way that the brackets actually did align right here, Breaky. So definitely going to be a really interesting one. But for the Reason Gaming guys, they came out to have some fun. Book said that the game they played yesterday against the Law was one of the best that he's ever played, one of the most fun. I can only wait to see what he says about this one, because this was another incredible game out of both of the teams. And I mean, the guys from Shit Happens over there, my boy Cat Low Main, showing up along with Kurt Svensson and the guys. So definitely looking good from that regard. But Breaky, we're gonna have to see the Law and Shit Happens. One game.
We are. I know on the schedule, we did have it scheduled to maybe be Denali Esports versus DTS, but no. I think it's safe to say we're going to cast the Law versus Shit Happens, because there's something on the line there. And it's simple. You win, you move on. You lose, you're done. Can't get much more simpler than that. So with that said, as always, okay, well, here's the deal actually for this point. I actually kind of want to try to get an interview with one of those players first. Maybe Kurt Svensson over there. It's fun saying his name. I mean, that'd be fun to interview him, right? But anyway, so maybe we'll have that. But we are going to be going to a little bit more of a break right here. It is that break time, so it's a break for all the players and everything on our side to go get some food and whatnot. So I'm not exactly sure when was the next schedule or cast scheduled for 3 o'clock, so 1500. So in about an hour from now. So we're going to be going a little bit longer over break here. About an hour from now, though, we will have our next match coming up. And again, a very important one. The Law is going to be taking on Shit Happens to determine who's going to be moving on to the playoff stage and who's going to be dropping out. But with that said as well, I mean, then once that match is finished, a short break after that, we'll be going into the relegation matches. Second versus third place teams.
Absolutely.
And right now, that's lining up to be Lion Esports Club versus Internet Gangsters as one match. Whew. And then the other match is going to be Denali Esports versus
this winner.
The winner of the Law Shit Happens. So, again, who knows what that's going to be like. And those two matches are, of course, best of the threes. And those will be later on today. So, Beef.
It's going to be an incredible night, Breaky.
It is.
One more best of one, 2 best of threes. Right now, I mean, we'll try to get that interview and then going into that break. So, it's been a pretty good day here. Day 2 Dreamhack.
It's turned out pretty good.
You know,
turned out pretty good.
It's not too bad.
And there's definitely plenty more to come, plenty more great matches to come. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a break as always. Stay tuned, though, to the Dreamhack Winter 2013 coverage. We'll be back.